What if the very thing you're most afraid of could be your greatest ally? Fear. It's a chilling word, isn't it? It conjures up images of dark alleys, graveyards, and things that go bump in the night. But there's more to fear than just the stuff of horror movies. It's a deeply ingrained part of our human experience, a primal instinct that has been crucial to our survival since the dawn of time. Imagine for a moment walking into a room full of lions. Your heart pounds, your palms sweat, your mind races. That's fear. It's your body's way of telling you that you're in danger, that you need to act. It's a survival mechanism, a physiological response that primes your body for the flight or fight response. But let's take it a step further. What about the fear of death? Now that's a universal human experience. We all grapple with it at some point in our lives. It's a fear that transcends cultures, religions, and time. It's a fear so potent, so visceral, that it can inspire action rather than paralysis. Consider this, the fear of death is not just about the end of life. It's about the end of experiences, of relationships, of possibilities. It's about the loss of the known and the plunge into the unknown. It's a fear that can make us cling to life with a tenacity we never knew we had. It's a fear that can make us fight, strive, and overcome. It's a fear that can make us appreciate every moment, every breath, every heartbeat. It's a fear that can make us truly alive. However, fear is not just an emotion, it's a catalyst. It's a force that can drive us to change, to grow, to evolve. It's a force that can push us to our limits and beyond, that can inspire us to achieve the seemingly impossible. So, as we journey through this exploration, remember that fear is not just an emotion, but a catalyst for transformation. It's a force that can turn the brink of life into an unstoppable power. Imagine standing on the edge of the world, your heart pounding in your chest, and the only way forward is up. This was the reality for a mountaineer named Alex, a seasoned climber who had scaled some of the world's most formidable peaks. But on one fateful expedition, everything changed. Alex found himself dangling precariously from a cliff 1,000 feet high, his safety rope frayed, and the bitter cold gnawing at his resolve. It was a moment where life and death hung in balance, and fear was a constant, icy companion. But in that moment, something extraordinary happened. Alex didn't succumb to his fear. Instead, he harnessed it, channeling it into a force that propelled him to fight, to survive. With every ounce of his strength, he pulled himself back onto the cliff and began the arduous journey back to safety. This near-death experience shook Alex to his core, but instead of letting it deter him, he let it shape him. He saw life through a new lens, one where fear was not an adversary but an ally. It became the catalyst that drove him to conquer not just more mountains, but the mountains within himself. Shaped by this profound experience, Alex started to live fearlessly, not in the absence of fear, but in its understanding and acceptance. He learned to see fear as a teacher, a guide, a motivator. It pushed him to surpass his own limits, to face challenges with a renewed vigor, and to appreciate the beauty of life more deeply. Alex's story is not just about surviving a harrowing ordeal on a mountain, it's about the transformational power of fear. It's about turning a life-threatening situation into a life-affirming experience. It's about using fear as a tool for growth and self-discovery. Alex's story is a testament to the human spirit's indomitable strength and resilience. It's a reminder that even in the face of the most daunting challenges, we have the power to rise, to conquer, and to thrive. In the face of death, they found a new life. Scene script. Picture yourself in a sterile hospital room, hearing the 3 words no one ever wants to hear. You have cancer. Imagine the cold, brutal shock of that moment. The way your heart stops, your breath catches, your world suddenly shrinks to the size of those 3 horrifying words. That's where our story begins, in a moment of pure primal fear. Our protagonist, let's call them Sam, is an ordinary person with an extraordinary challenge. Sam's journey is not unique, but it is uniquely their own. They've been thrust into an unwanted battle, a fight for survival that will test their courage, resilience, and determination. When Sam first heard their diagnosis, the fear was overwhelming. It was a fear of the unknown, the fear of suffering, and above all, the fear of death. But as they sat there, in that sterile hospital room, Sam made a choice. They chose to turn that fear into fuel, to use it as a catalyst for change. The fear that once paralyzed them became a source of strength. It drove Sam to learn about their condition, to understand it, to challenge it. They began to make significant changes in their life, embracing healthier habits, seeking support from loved ones, and finding solace in the beauty of everyday moments. Every step of the way, Sam's fear was there, a constant companion, but over time it transformed. It became less about the fear of dying and more about the determination to live. It was a fear harnessed, a fear tamed, a fear turned into an unstoppable power. Now, Sam is a beacon of hope, of resilience, of strength. They are a testament to the transformative power of fear, a living proof that even in the face of death, we can find the courage to live. Sam's story is a reminder that fear, when confronted and understood, can become a powerful ally. In their darkest hour, they found their brightest light. What happens in our minds when we are faced with our deepest fears? This question, while unnerving, is crucial in understanding the transformative power of fear. Fear is a fundamental human emotion, hardwired into our very being by evolution. It is our body's response to a perceived threat or danger, triggering a fight-or-flight response that prepares us for action. But what if that threat is not a predatory animal or an imminent physical danger, but the very real possibility of losing our lives? Psychologists have found that in such extreme situations, fear can be a catalyst for profound personal growth. It can push us out of our comfort zones, force us to confront our mortality, and make us reassess what truly matters in our lives. This phenomenon, known as post-traumatic growth, is not about bouncing back to where we were before, but rather bouncing forward to a new understanding of ourselves and our existence. The transformative power of fear, then, lies not in the fear itself, but in how we respond to it. Fear can paralyze us, yes, but it can also propel us forward, pushing us to confront our vulnerabilities and emerge stronger and wiser. It can force us to face our deepest insecurities, our darkest secrets, and our most daunting challenges. And in doing so, it can lead to a profound appreciation of life and an unshakable courage to live it to the fullest. So when we find ourselves on the brink of life, staring down our deepest fears, we are presented with a choice. We can let fear consume us, or we can harness its power to transform ourselves. We can allow it to cripple us, or we can use it as a catalyst for change. Our response to fear, psychologists argue, is a testament to our resilience and adaptability as human beings. It is a testament to our ability to turn adversity into opportunity, to transform pain into power, and to turn fear into an unstoppable force for change. Fear, it turns out, can be a powerful motivator for change. So if fear can be such a powerful force, how do we harness it? Imagine fear as a wild, untamed horse. It's strong, it's intimidating, and it's unpredictable. But with the right approach, we can learn to ride this horse, to guide it, and to use its power to our advantage. First, it's crucial to acknowledge our fears. Ignoring them only gives them more power over us. We must face them head-on, confront them, and own them. It's only when we recognize our fears that we can start to understand them. Second, we need to reframe our perspective of fear. Instead of viewing it as an enemy, we can see it as a teacher, a guide, a catalyst for change. Fear pushes us out of our comfort zones, it challenges us, and it forces us to grow. When we start seeing fear in this light, we can use it as a tool for personal transformation. Third, we should practice resilience. Fear can either paralyze us or propel us forward. By building resilience, we can ensure it's the latter. Resilience is not about avoiding fear, but about bouncing back from it, about rising every time we fall. Finally, we need to cultivate courage. Courage is not the absence of fear, but the decision to act despite it. It's about taking that first step even when our legs are shaking. It's about climbing that mountain even when the peak seems unreachable. To embrace fear is to embrace life in all its uncertainty and unpredictability. It's about taking risks, making mistakes, and learning from them. It's about falling, but then getting up, dusting off, and going again. It's about understanding that fear is not an end, but a beginning. In the end, it's not about eliminating fear, but about learning to dance with it. For in the dance, we find our true power.